Hey fellow backyard boys, Nick here. Today we're just going to be building a simple bow. It's going to be built to the same dimensions as our flattened PVC pipe youth recurve, except we're going to be using schedule 80 pipe today. Now one thing to note, this is gray pipe, so you would expect a little less weight and a little less performance than white pipe. But here in Hawaii it's very hard to find schedule 80, and when you do find it, it's mainly this gray pipe. So I'm going to be using this for you guys today. So what I've done is I've measured center. This is a 4-foot length of pipe. So I've measured center, 2 inches from center on either side, and then 6 inches from the end. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to heat up one limb, I'm going to flatten it. I'm going to flatten both limbs, I'm going to show you guys that. Alright, one thing I wanted to mention before I start is what I've done with the flattening jig is, you see, I just created a sort of rounded radius here. You can do this with a file or a belt grinder or something similar. It's real simple. It's just a smooth curve here. You can see it starts at about 1/8 of an inch and it's sort of rounded. What this is going to do is it's just going to prevent any hard creases in this area where the flattening jig goes into the handle. And it's also going to give you a little bit of that slope section that I try to create when I heat the pipe back up and then press it down to form it. So that'll just save you a little bit of time. So I just wanted to show you that. It's really simple. There are other ways to do this as well. What you could do is you could actually cut a section out of here just so that the pipe doesn't create the sharp crease. But this is a good way to do it. Just round this off and create a radius. So now I'm going to heat the pipe up and flatten it, and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, here's the bow flattened, as you can see, nice taper. And what we did with the flattening jig here, if you can see, it gives a nice transition here rather than the hard crease that we usually get. So here you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this tip up, and then I'm going to form it around this pot to get our recurve. So I'm going to do that and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, here's the recurve. So I'm just going to do this to this side, then we're going to string this up and I'm going to show you how it shoots. Okay, so I'm going to shoot. You guys can see the target from here. So that's going to be right over my shoulder. So here we go. Here's my chronograph, and I'll be shooting my 435 grain arrows for you guys. Alright, so there we go. there it is. Now, one thing I did want to show you. You can see how much this follows the string. It's not very far from being strung up. So when you use, so this is Schedule 80 pipe, but any kind of grade pipe is going to do this. Now Schedule 80 has a little more body, so it's better to use Schedule 80 grade pipe than it is to use Schedule 40 grade pipe. And you'll get a little more performance, as you could see. You'll get more performance than 3/4 inch pipe, but still not as much performance as if this were white pipe. But what this is really good for are colder environments, because the additives they use that actually makes this gray makes this pipe a little more flexible, a little softer, so it's less likely to break on you. So this bow pulls 55 pounds at 28 inches. So it's built exactly the same as our 35-pound youth bow, but because it's made with Schedule 80, it's 55 pounds at 28 inches. So there it is. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.